it's a traffic jam here in the old city. Another shot of the Lion's Gate here. Church of Gethsemane with the 3 arches.
We will go to the Garden of Gethsemane later, tomorrow.
Southern Wall excavations. We're going to go through the Tung Gate, that's T-U-N-G.
Passport here, right?
No.
No, she got off.
This is one of the most holiest mosques for Muslims around the world.
In the model that Jerusalem in the Old Testament was down below. There was nothing up to the left or behind you because there is no water up. Okay, there's water spring down there. This is why Jerusalem was built there. Long journey, and before they go up, so people came here, they went to the pool to drink water, to let their animals drink, to rest, or they came here, they've done the ritual cleansing before they went up to the temple. So when you have like thousands of people want to get baptized, you cannot do them. I mean, you have to do them on the right place, and this would be the place where the Gentiles got baptized at the night of the Pentecost.
These are the mikvahs, the baths, where they would cleanse before they would go up the steps to the temple. And the temple steps will be irregular to slow down the pilgrims so they didn't rush up there. Plus, the rabbis and everybody could teach them there. They slowed down and they could teach them. They're called the teaching steps.
See how big it is, and also behind you there are more, lots of them around this area. The steps are ahead of you, and actually the first line of the steps, these are the authentic ones. The upper ones were kind of reconstructed or redone. If you look at that corner, you see that window in that corner, and there's an arch above the window. This was one of the gates to the temple Mount, actually, not to the temple. And that gate was called Hulda Gate. Hulda is the name of a prophetess that lived in Jerusalem and was buried here. And according to the tradition, she was buried somewhere where we are. And there was another entrance to the Temple Mount from there. If you look to your right, you can see 3 arches, and that was called the Triple Gate. Oh, I forgot to show you this because I have this map with me. Okay. So this is where you are. So we are here. Okay. These are the steps that you see. Okay. This is Hulda Gate, and this is the Triple Gate. The gate that you see closed. And up above is the temple. Okay? Are original.
The columns are original, but they would have been up in the temple, but the Romans came and destroyed everything and just dumped it down here.
It's coming out steps when that was added.
The teaching steps. All right, everybody's taking pictures on the teaching steps. Taking pictures on the teaching steps.
Uncovered a few.
Okay, Rocky, do your thing. Not exactly the art museum in Philly.
This is why he's a runner, not a boxer.
Small world. She knows Diane Moffat from Peachtree. I guess these were the original steps next to the new ones at the museum. These are some big blocks. Wow.
Mountains would look like. Okay? This is how mountains look like, natural mountains here. So if we assume that this is south, so then the teaching steps are on this side. Jerusalem was built below. Okay, so this will be Mount Moriah above us. This is the teaching steps. So Jerusalem was built below because the water spring is down here. Now, David or Solomon built a temple on the top. But as you see that because it's a mountain, not much space on the top to build a huge temple. So, they come levels of the city, and like this hole was completely covered. Hired laborers to dig and see what is under, so they started to find the wall, the western wall, the retaining wall. All right, and
Where we're sitting used to be underground until somebody sat on that stone and wondered what it was. They started digging.
This was part of, or the stones that were part of an arch that held the stairs that connected the lower street with the Temple Mount. Okay, this arch. And this arch is called Robinson Arch, on the name of the American guy who kind of discovered it.
This is the Western Wall, but it's not the part of the Western Wall where we put the notes. That'll be behind that wall right there.
There's a picture. Yeah, although there's a picture from at the entrance to the museum. It's not on the wall, so it's kind of too far out.
It was also destroyed by many
remains of Jerusalem's main street. And they just discovered it recently. This used to be all underground, and somebody sat on the top of that thing when that was street level and realized something was underneath here. A man named Robinson, and they dug all this up and found all this. And the main street would be where Jesus definitely walked, on the main street here. This is definitely where Jesus walked. It's the only definite place they know. Yeah. Wow. This was all original. All underground until recently. So they pushed the trumpet stone where the rabbis taught from, all the way down here. The Romans did, to destroy it. And that's where Jesus had one of his temptations. It took the Romans years to destroy this. And once again, this is the main street where they definitely know that Jesus walked. He's originally supported the Robinson's Arch.
Most thrilling point when we found this one. But what is it doing down here?
This is the trumpet stone.
See how big are the times? This is a 2,000 years old street. Why do you have this?
This is probably what it looked like on the main street. Thousands of Israeli school kids. I'm sure this is a requirement. Just like when we were kids, we went to the Capitol, the United States, and other places like that. More kids, and more kids. And the teacher yelling at them. You win the contest for the most color coordinated. That's the Wailing Wall down there.
This is the closest that they can get to where the Holy of Holies was, and the Holy of Holies was up there where the golden dome is. Today, the mountain is owned by Muslims, and Jews are not allowed to worship there. All right. So we'll talk about.
This is as close as Jews can get, so this is where they go.
To where Wailing Wall, Jewish people don't like it. This is what the British, during the British mandate after the First World War, this is what the British call this wall, because when they used to come here, like it was a smaller space, they used to see Jewish people here, and when Jewish people pray, they always kind of doing like this. They do it for more concentration, focus more. Of course, they end up with very...
The Holy of Holies is up there, and this is as close as they can get because this is Muslim controlled. The Dome of the Rock is Muslim controlled, so this is as close as Jews can get to the Holy of Holies. Where the women go.
Thank you, Kim.
Jill always does this, so yeah, she's fine. I got clean hands. I just sanitize.
It is good.
There's a couple of phones going around, so I don't feel like you have to save most of it for us. Take some more? That's nice. Thank you.
Bus drivers earn every penny that
aboard the gold bus, gold bus, gold bus.
The shop that we go to is one of the shops that are recommended by Educational Opportunity. So all of EO groups will go there.
I like it.
More varied. They have also, it's one of the licensed places, very few places that are allowed to sell antiquities in all over Israel. With the help of my wife, who's an architect, we built a model of Jerusalem as it was at the time of Jesus, and now it's at St. Luke.
Yep.
We love it. And also at Duke Chapel or at Duke, North Carolina, at Duke College, there's a carving that I've done with my cousin, and it is, I think, where is it? What?
It's a chapel. School. A lot of new construction and older buildings. Probably built in the 50s or 60s. Big city. Population is
Almost 76% Jews, and the rest are Palestinians, mainly Muslims, very few Christians.
about 1 million population.
Yeah.
Okay, there's another tour group at the shop here. I think 2 more tour groups. Plus construction. Wisam's not too happy about everything. More construction. So who knows?
They're moving their shop to the right, so that will be their new shop. Okay.
Okay, we're making a
Just leave your
3-point
whisper.
turn here.
Leave your whispers in the bus. And here, it's fine to use your credit cards, and also if you want to ship anything, they'll ship for you.
We're going to Wisam's shop here. All right, we're going to his shop.
Than what you see at this moment. This is all done like, as I said, with memory, like from memory, and it is very close to how Jerusalem looked like a day. Jerusalem is a very crowded city, as you see it in this model. Over 30,000 people live within the walls. I remind you that the wall around Jerusalem, this is a historical wall, was built on the 16th century by Suleiman the Magnificent. And there are 8 gates around the city of Jerusalem. This is St. Stephen Gate, the one that we entered through this morning. Down Gate, where the western wall is. Here, where I'm standing, this we're going to see later, it's called the Eastern Gate, or the Golden Gate, or the Beautiful Gate. And this one, it's a closed gate. I'll tell you their story later on. The gate up there, we're close to it, that's Zion Gate. And where Emily is standing, this is where the Mount Zion is today. That fortress, you see that tower, that fortress in that end, there is a gate there, it's called Jaffa Gate, and that is David's, it's called David's Citadel. Who asked him about the light and show? It will be there nearby Jaffa Gate in that citadel. And where John is standing, that's the new gate. Where Eileen is standing, this is Damascus Gate. Your hotel is back here, and this gate is called the Lion's Gate. Herod's Gate. All right. Now, As I said, over 30,000 people live within the walls. There are 4 quarters in Jerusalem. And the largest one is the Muslim quarter that includes the Dome of the Rock, Al-Aqsa, and all of the area around. Okay, like over half of Jerusalem is considered almost what is called the Muslim quarter. Around the church there.
That is gorgeous.
Excuse me, ladies, over here, please, over here. Over here, shopping. Not yet shopping.
So like when we carve, okay, we don't like not one person do the whole thing. I mean, like good carver can do everything, but it takes way longer, like much longer if you want to do everything, okay? You can find, I know like there are huge trees, like some artists can get a trunk this size, but with olive wood it's not possible. So this one is kind of very unique because of its size. It comes from an ancient tree, and usually when you carve an ancient tree, you're gonna see when we go to Garden Gethsemane, there are lots of holes, lots of knots on the wood. So it's impossible to have a large piece of wood to make one even half size of this. This was a kind of a coincidence. It was amazing that you know, like got to such a piece. So like this piece.
At the edge of the buttery.
Beautiful shop. Really nice shop. Nicest shop we've been in by far. We all ate in the basement of the gift shop. David and Goliath. They have no trouble drying laundry in this heat. They're building a new shop over here, and to replace this one, which is actually very nice shop.